My name is Todd Roberts. I'm a police detective with the Dayton Police Department. I've been a police officer for 29 years. Before being a police officer, I have a construction background, which led me into wanting to do fix and flips and get apartments.
And my name is Becky Roberts. I also was a Dayton police officer, served there for 27 years. After I retired from there, I went to the coroner's office, worked there for 8 years, and I ended up having a job with Todd.
Leading up to real estate in 2008, I flipped a house with a coworker of mine who's also got a construction background. That turned into a disaster as the market crashed and we couldn't give the house away when we were finished. And I always had a want to do that again. Of course, back then I didn't know anything about hard money or joint ventures or anything like that. I thought that you had to have the money saved to purchase a house and then do the renovations on your own dime. So I never got another opportunity to do that since then.
And I had absolutely no interest in real estate. The thought of it absolutely terrified me. But I believed in Rod and his dream, and that's where it started.
I knew Todd through law enforcement. I met him in the early 2000s. We worked some bar detail security stuff together, so I knew him. Continued to follow him on social media after we kind of hadn't seen each other for a while. Saw that he was doing some real estate stuff and reached out to him to kind of ask him some questions. At the time, we had a condo in the Destin, Florida area, and we were looking to possibly buy another one or do some other real estate, and he agreed to have a meeting with us.
We had a meeting with him in the fall. I was still somewhat concerned and cautious, but he met with us, explained a lot of things, and that just kind of started the ball rolling.
His mentorship has been unbelievable. We talked about investing further once we retired. Of course, this was in 2021. I'm going to retire in 2024. And he said, why wait? Jump into it now. Of course, I was all for it. I'm the go-getter, and Becky's more conservative. And but I kind of convinced her, and with sitting down with him for several hours, we thought, well, what the heck, let's look into this now. Our first deal after talking with Todd in the fall of 2021, we purchased a house that he had for sale. It was going to be a fix and flip. He also put us in contact with an out-of-state investor who wanted to invest in Ohio. He brought us together. We had a meeting with him, and he agreed to work with us on a joint venture. We then fixed and flipped a house in the Dayton area. And
let me interrupt you for. When Todd found this house for us, he thought it was a good house, kind of a relatively easy flip. So he didn't think there was something that major would happen. So he kind of found this, I think, perfectly for us. And the investor that he found, we appreciate Todd believing in us and knowing that we would do the right thing. We would be...
We were good stewards of his money. We did just enough to make the house very nice, but without spending silly money. But we were very grateful for that relationship that he just putting us in contact with this gentleman was unbelievable.
Because when we started, we're like, where do you get money? I mean, we're just blue collar people. We don't have a lot of money in our savings account. We didn't realize there were people out there who are very wealthy that would give people like us money, do the right thing, work hard for them, and make money in the process.
So currently, how long have you been investing?
We did our first fix and flip in November of 2021. Since then, we've done 3 flips, a wholesale deal, and we have 17. Jesus. We have 17 one-bedroom apartments right now. We've done 3 fix and flips, 1 wholesale deal, and then we have 17 one-bedroom apartments. We made about $109,000 on the 3 flips and made $30,000 on the wholesale deal. And that would be our half. We split the fix and flips. That 109 would be 109 for us and 109 for our investor. As well as the wholesale deal was also $30,000 for us and $30,000 for our investor.
What has real estate changed about your life or your future plans?
Everything. It has changed everything. We were able to buy our dream home in Florida, where we're going to retire shortly. It has given us the financial freedom to maybe buy some things that we wouldn't normally buy, like our house in Florida. We're also buying a business when we get to Florida, which we would have not been able to do without this added income.
Has Todd played a role in your real estate journey?
100%. He's a teach you to fish kind of guy. He didn't spell everything out and spoon feed anything to us, but he led us in the right direction. And when we were kind of getting off path a little bit, he'd correct us, give us a little correction. He was there in the beginning 24/7 for stupid questions, just giving us advice about contractors and what does this cost and what does that cost and what should be paying for this and how do we fix this and what's a good way around that, any kind of issue we had with the renovation. He was a great source of knowledge with just having people, right? He had teams for any kind of situation, HVAC, plumbers, that kind of thing. We'd run into some kind of issue, and instead of just jumping on the internet and looking for someone, he had a guy for it, right? So he already had teams in place that were super helpful for us.
And he also, one of the things he taught us very early on was driving for dollars. You drive around the neighborhood, you look for, in the summer, maybe a yard that's not cut. I wonder if somebody lives here, maybe they don't take care of it, or maybe they've died, something has happened to the house where nobody's taking care of it. And the wintertime, we would be driving around if the driveway wasn't shoveled. Maybe something's going on, we do a little research, and that is actually how we found our major deal where we got the 12 doors. And that deal initially was 21 doors. And we found that driving with dollar. Driving $4. We found that deal. And it became too big. We could not do this on our own. And we wanted to keep 12 of the 21 units. And Todd found some very creative financing.
Yes.
And was able to really put this deal together for us.
Again, he's a teach you to fish kind of guy. He's not going to spoon feed you everything, but he's going to give you the direction and the skills that you need to do it on your own. He's always there to guide you if you have some stumbles, but he lets you stumble a little bit, so you learn things. We never fell flat on our face, but we stumbled a few times, and he was always right there to help us out. His mentorship has been life-changing to us. I was planning on working further. Now I'm retiring, and we built a house in Florida that we would have never been able to do otherwise.
And I think something that I learned as we became better and better friends with Todd, I ended up working for him. He was kind of like, hey, come work for me, but I was at my prior job at the coroner's office, and there got to be a point where I'm like, if you want me to come work with you, this is a good time. So we made that happen, and working here, I see how busy he is. He is going 100 miles an hour, 14 hours a day. He's got so many things going on. People are calling him for advice, and I think we feel very honored that he took us under his wing. And in the beginning, when we were constantly calling him, he always called us back. And he usually called us back that night. And when I see how busy he is now, I really, really appreciate what he did for us, because I know he's so busy.
What should people know about Todd?
He has a very, very generous heart, and he truly, truly cares about people. He cares about how people live and that they have a good environment to live in. From his rental properties, he wants to have a good place for people to live. Not a lot of people know it, but he grew up in a very, very underprivileged upbringing. He has worked very, very hard for everything that he has gotten. I think he too had a mentor that started him, and I think he's passing that along to people like Rod and I, that he's paying paying his mentor back by helping other people.
If someone is thinking about using Todd or Todd's team for mentoring, but nervous or afraid to move forward, what would you tell them?
Do it. Do it now. Do not wait. Like Rod said, I am very, very conservative with my money. Real estate was off my radar totally. And Rod was like, yeah, let's do it. It will absolutely change your life. And we are very late to the show.
Yeah.
You know, we're middle-aged and, you know, retiring. But we're still able to change our life in 3 very short years.
Yeah.